Patrick Werle. This is my rock star move. That's all I got. I'm like a fledgling rock star. So I mean, I'm working. Patrick Werle was kind enough to come in on short notice, bring some poems with him today. Thank you very much. He is a barista from South Minneapolis at Peace Coffee, which is in the neighborhood. He grew up in St. Paul and is an MFA student at Hamlin, so he has a St. Paul connection. He's read all over the place, and he's working on a book, and I'll have you talk about your book, because you didn't tell me what it's called. So, next up is here, and please welcome Patrick.
Daytime poetry reading, day drinking. That's good. I'm going to read a couple poems for you. Most of this is new stuff and unchecked in front of an audience, so be as rude as possible. The first one is called When the Baseline Breaks. From a basement in South Minneapolis, no longer teenagers, explaining the pain, the weirdness, the oddities of punk rock vinyl, skipping, unraveling. The weekends, the clove cigarettes, the sweat of strangest strangers, holding our hands together, we are upside down flags of distress, smoking ashes, turning everything to alchemical golden shit. Next poem is called Dear. I always feel like I read really fast. I'm going to slow down here. I forget the lines she read, the girl from Brooklyn or Indiana. When I am on a plane or busking in an alley or welcoming strangers to a gate or making eggs, or when the couch curls around me as the television falls, taking the last verb, the last line, the last breath, and I want to cry with her. But I turn the pages in a book I find, words falling like the almond girl years ago in Brooklyn or South Boston or across the street, sitting on a fire escape or a stepladder or a landmine as she smokes, rolling her life across a delicate tongue. French inhaling, confident and self-aware, rolling the smoke across blush red lips. She hands me one line. I run into a laundry room or a closet or a stairwell. I take that line, fold it, hold it, make it mine. I shape it, turning the line over and over, hoping that it changes a story, a tomorrow, a letter yet to be written as I sit, as I begin, dear. I am Tuesday evenings watching moons shift, and I am glass-eyed scarred escape, and I am empty nest built of dogs and ponies getting in the way, and I am roadblocks, wrong turns, one-way, dead-end alley, and I am reaching the sky, something blue designed in a vacuum, and I am taking crayons to the great works of art that is left, for all the art that is left to be created, and I am tears of joy for the anarchists, the motive behind my violence, and I am wandered into rooms abandoned, and I am dusted, books, dog-eared remainders of everything that I never did, and I am drivers, passenger, manifest, differentiated, opinionated, eradicated, and I am sunrise gallow for two Italians, and I am everything my mother was warning about, and I am flux, subtle, sex, avant, wander, Saturday morning cartoon show. I am eventual stacking of the little things, end on end on end. We are all we need when they come for us. We lie, busted, naked, ashamed, in our love, our sex, our towel-dried alibi. We hide in Wrecking Ball motel room, neon glow of North Platte, Nebraska. We fall, fashion forward into smears of red lipstick, rented formal wear and patent leather wedding days. We thunder through back alley hijinks, through subtle sexual fantasy. We scream whispers through 4 a.m. television flicker, spinning doctors and talking heads. We drag on through unplugged reality, the rhythm drone, a resentment fix, and the dying heartache of soft in the middle age. We damage our children with hormones, corn syrup, and Adderall, covering them in helmets, nightmares, and American idolized character assassinations. We write isolation and loneliness with stick pin and India ink, small cuts to thighs and the needle marks between our toes. We collapse vain destinies of tomorrow's parties, thank you letters addressed and never sent. We scratch scars to maintain erections, our sex becoming violent and our love following suit. We scream feverishly at men who wear dresses and the women who love them down dirty streets dreaming Lou Reed wild sides. We dine on the backs of Mexican girls in the all-inclusive electric Club Med Sun. We dance in private dollar booths, Gestapo undergrounds. We cruise bookstores, locker rooms, and leather bars. We light the sky in mad gunpowder fury, burning our fingerprints and our birth certificates. We eat psilocybin and dance with horses in snowstorms, walking fences, breaking gates and icy rivers. We skip rocks and school days in faded t-shirts and Marlboro red box daydreams. We dream quietly of fucking false idols, frigid poets, and our damaged young teachers. We are shorthand conversation in the middle of teenage hostage negotiations. We make love in slow gin ripple haze, skin to tired skin to broken hearts and back again. We turn gold into shit and shit into gold, laughing white trash automotive death march. We drop medicated manic poetry on steep street corner prophets, the Schinders porno preachers of 4th and Hennepin in 1982. We hope to disappear before the flame burns out when we are discovered as misguided minstrels. We remember Valium, Demerol, dirty sheets, alcoholic dead lovers, and the forever long ago promise of sweet St. Paul. Woo. This is a shorter one. This is called I Am Reading Weather Patterns. I'm reading weather patterns, blood splatters, the obituaries of familiar strangers. I'm wishing I were French or Creole or a New Yorker. I could talk the talk, never walking it off. I am wishing I were more female or a planet or a stone, so I would understand all of the conditions in unconditional love. I don't want to read that. This is called Skeleton. For years, I don't tell anyone about it. I let the memory sit, slowly eating its way into my sexuality, sliding my life into a black leather glove, fist balled in striking distance. I am once again wasted in curbside, striking the pose of an unbeliever, a heretic, too far away from anybody who could ever love me. Taillights fade into glimpses of commemorative crosses at the curve. I sit in the diner, I feel everyone stare. A TV flashes horror near the edge of the road. I don't feel any better telling you any of this. The last one I'm going to read is called Nicotine Fit. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. The slow shuffle in fashionable shoes, all New York City urban privilege, hip silk stockings, whispering blue pajama pants, defy that it is now 10 degrees in Boston and you are fighting a cold. Whitewashed brick, concrete walls, being no more welcoming after the conventioneers and the show poets day at the races. I am wondering if I should smoke. Crowds have a way in looking for the escape. We all do. Eye contact is rare, and only if one feels a vague familiarity, a recognition from the train, from a cab, from a bar, from a table, from a reading, from a daydream. I keep myself artistically guarded and aloof. Here is the joy and the insecurity of my cool. Elevator shaft of cooler cold beers as the conversations begin. The vague familiarity mentioned earlier, acknowledged. Maybe there are hellos, maybe a shared handshake or a hug or a lie about knowing a name mentioned as a friend of. I can't play along. I am shaken up by the randomness and the forced absurdity of the whole scene. I can't help but dance in my head to a made-up song. I'm wondering if I should smoke. And you are there. Your tissues, your red vintage grandmother coat, stunning and beautiful. For the next moments, I don't know you either way, but I can fake it for the crowd and for the smiles. You drop water, you breathe, your words over the din, the nodding hipster hive where the queen watches, judges, spins on her heels to greet the next aimless passerby, and I am still wondering if I should smoke. Thanks.